Russian state media say that ousted Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad has been granted asylum in Moscow after fleeing his country. His regime collapsed in a lightning rebel offensive that began less than 2 weeks ago. Assad's fall has been a cause for widespread celebration across the country and among the Syrian diaspora. After almost 25 years under his rule, Syrians are beginning to turn their attention towards what rebel leaders say is a new era for their homeland.
Bashar al-Assad's exit from Syria came quickly in the end. Looters picked through his vast palace just hours after he fled to Russia with his family, bagging the remains of his regime and celebrating fresh hope for their country.
50 years of injustice, insult, poverty, water and electricity cuts. Thank God after 50 years we were able to remove Assad's family. God willing, Syria is moving towards democracy.
The rebel forces who toppled Assad have received a hero's welcome in parts of Damascus. Civilians have joined with soldiers in widespread celebrations. I haven't slept at all since yesterday. I came early in the morning to see the people and express joy on behalf of all the mothers of the missing, prisoners and martyrs. My brother was martyred, as were my friends and neighbours. The rebels have moved quickly to free thousands of people locked inside Assad's notoriously brutal jails. Newly released prisoners asked bystanders in Damascus what had happened, still unaware of the regime's end. Amid celebrations over Assad's fall, plenty of questions remain about what comes next for Syria. Rebel leader and former al-Qaeda member Abu Muhammad al-Golani is likely to play a key role. His rebel group, HTS, was instrumental in overthrowing Assad's regime. On Sunday, their leader addressed cheering crowds at Damascus's historic Umayyad Mosque.
This victory, my brothers, is a new history for the entire Islamic nation. This victory, my brothers, is a new history for the region.
Prime Minister Mohammed Ghazi al-Jalali has said he will assist with the peaceful transition of power to a government chosen by the people. But whoever leads Syria's next chapter faces an enormous task in unifying the country. For now, many remain cautiously optimistic about the country's future.
The Assad regime has fallen. This regime brutalized and tortured and killed literally hundreds of thousands of innocent Syrians. The fall of the regime is a fundamental act of justice. It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria.
CBS News cannot yet confirm the whereabouts of al-Assad, who fled Damascus as rebel fighters swept across the country and into the capital. State-run media outlets in Russia say al-Assad has landed in Moscow. The dramatic turn of events follows 59-year-old al-Assad's 14-year battle with the help of patrons, Iran and Russia to keep control of Syria while it was engulfed in a brutal civil war. In cities, towns and villages all around the Middle Eastern country, crowds celebrated the end of the Assad family's close to half-century in power.
For years, the main backers of Assad have been Iran, Hezbollah and Russia.
President Bashar al-Assad and his family have arrived in Moscow after being granted asylum by Russia on humanitarian grounds, Russian media reported on Sunday. The Kremlin's move follows Assad's ouster earlier in the day after rebel forces seized Damascus, marking the end of his decades-long rule. Russia's Interfax news agency confirmed the family's arrival, citing Kremlin sources. Meanwhile, confusion arose earlier when flight data from flight radar showed Assad's plane taking an unexpected U-turn before disappearing, leading to speculation of a crash. Rebels in Syria broadcast their first statements announcing plans for a transitional phase under former Prime Minister Mohammad Ghazi al-Jalali, who declared readiness to oversee public institutions.